Welcome back to Las Vegas, where the USA are within touching distance of this year's Weber Cup, needing just a single point to lift the trophy for the first time on home soil. Before we get to the action, here's a quick recap of what's happened so far on the final day. The session opened with an impressive display from Stewart Williams and Oscar Palermo, claiming a 43-pin victory over their American counterparts. Kyle Troup continued his rich vein of form in the next match, dispatching Stewart Williams in style and moving the USA into a commanding 15-10 lead. The Europeans needed a spark, and it was Barrett and Simonson who provided it, beating the impressive double act of Simonson and Butturff, and with it giving the men from across the pond a glimmer of hope in this year's tournament. The US captain Chris Barnes responded with a fantastic 2-8-8 to beat Palermo in the next match. Opening with an 8 spare, he was faultless from there on, recording the highest individual score of the week. The visitors then hit back with a fine doubles display from Svensson and Williams to see off Troup and Simonson. Svensson, though, couldn't carry that momentum into his singles match against Simonson, and once again the Texan had the Swedes' number, America needing just 1 point for the cup. With the oil changed before the next match, US captain Chris Barnes struggled to adapt to the new shorter pattern, Palermo taking the win and keeping Europe's hopes alive. The Americans have been dominant all weekend, giving no ground in the opening session before back-to-back wins in the second and third. This is now the fourth, and with just a single point needed for victory, you wonder how many of these ties will be needed. Let's find out, starting with Butturff versus Barrett. Will Jacob Butturff be the one to see America over the line, or can Europe continue their fight back? In the commentary box for this one, Guy Kaminsky and Tim Mack, but first, Jesse May.
Team USA is holding out for a hero. They only need one. Is Jacob Butturff their knight in shining armor? Guy, I mean, you know, Dom was calculating with the needle, but has he actually poked the bear? Because Butturff is pretty strong.
Well, I actually like it. I mean, there's a sense of freedom that almost, they've put all the pressure, I don't know how he's done it, but he's put all the pressure on America. You could feel the shift there. He's like, guys, you guys should be winning this. This is not for us to win. You guys get your point. And the last point is always the hardest.
I agree with you 100%. Here's the key to watch. As you mentioned it earlier, can Jacob be out and be a strong front runner? Because he hasn't been good from behind recently in these matches.
And that is not the start you wanted to see. Remember, he can get no feedback from Chris because he's on the other side of the lane.
That is the first lefty ball we've seen on this lane, right?
That's right.
And the advantage for Jesper is he gets to watch this whole game and he's getting a visual, some visual feedback as opposed to actual, verbal feedback from one of his teammates.
If it gets to Jesper, will it get to Jesper?
I won't be sitting down if we're getting to Jesper.
Almost bounced it out.
So not a perfect start for Butturff. In fact, it's an open frame.
Butturff is not a happy camper today, I can tell you.
Well, he hasn't been on the lane a lot today, guys. So he's relatively cold. I believe he's only bowled the one doubles match.
That's it.
So now you got Dominic Barrett, who's got a chance to watch the traffic in front of him, throwing some balls. And he looks good from the opening start. Dominic Barrett, great start from Team Europe. Strike on the board.
That was cold, that was clinical, that was exactly what Team Europe needs. What will Jacob be thinking? We know he can adjust. What is the adjustment?
Well, he's going to need shots on the lane. I mean, he knows his game better than anybody. But as you see, Dominic Barrett, classic style, looks like he's going to that ball that he used last night that won the big point to still give the Euros a chance here. Let's see if Jacob can make the necessary changes and make a good shot here in the second frame. And he does.
That was quick.
And that was a great shot there.
Looks like he got the ball to read a little earlier and maybe rotated it. Was a little stronger with his wrist at the bottom of his release. Unorthodox style, right there. He gets a little bit more of it at the bottom, and you see it where it missed it the first frame. You see it hook off the spot and do the damage, and great shot from Jacob Butturff.
Jacob doesn't really like to see his ball hook a ton down lane. He likes to control the pocket more.
As you said earlier in previous matches, Guy, he likes to have hold to the right. Dom didn't like that one off his hand. You can see it in his mannerisms. Didn't like that, missed right.
Come on, mate.
Got to make the spare.
Yeah, that absolutely slipped away, didn't it?
Now here's the crazy thing. He's going to make the spare. If he makes the spare, he's going to be down in the match. No, he's going to still be up. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I can't add, I'm sorry.
But what you're saying is that this scoring format doesn't punish the open frame like it does. Oh my gosh!
It's an even match.
Horrible. All right. Same, same.
So we're even through two. Two mistakes from both bowlers.
I just got myself really quick, and then I got myself really slow.
You heard it from him down there. He said he felt himself really quick. Dom, when he's bowling great, he takes a lot of deep breaths. He usually bounces. He does a little bounce with his, kind of like the waggle in golf with his legs. Let's see if he goes back to that before he makes his next shot.
Butturff, he found the bullseye last time.
Love it. Could it be the storybook ending for Jacob Butturff?
I mean, you know, this kid, he's the debutant, he's the rookie, but let's not forget, he's the top points getter on the entire tour of the guys in the Weber Cup.
That's absolutely correct. He earned his spot onto this team.
Not only that, he's also the guy that sealed the deal for the perfection in the 300. So,
I mean, right, if you only want to see how much, go back to that to see how much nerve the guy's got.
That's right. Better shot from Dom, but he leaves the 9 pin. With a spare here, he'll be down 10 pins early in the match. Really uncharacteristic mistake of Dominic Barrett in that second frame to really put him behind the 8 ball early in this match. Makes the better shot there in the third frame. 4 almost chips to 9. Should be no problem in the spare. Routine.
You know, every kid who loves sport, you're out on the practice field, you're in your bedroom, you're thinking, if I just have the ball to throw to win the championship for my team, I'll tell you in my country, you know what? Jacob Butturff is going to be in that spot.
I mean, he would have relived these big moments having struck to win tournaments, but nothing can really prepare you for the moment. Doesn't matter how many times you run through it on the practice range or in the bowling center practicing.
That was bad off his hand. That was right. He missed right in the front of the lane, direction-wise. Jesse, and he's very fortunate just to leave the 3-6. Excuse me, the 2-4.
I think that there's a lot of road left in this match. It's going to be ugly. There's a lot of nerves down there.
Comes up high in the head. Very fortunate, actually, not to leave a split. So it's a pretty routine spare. Shouldn't have any problem. He'll go hard and straight. He'll flatten his hand out. A lot harder and straighter, and there's your spare.
And what should Dominic Barrett be thinking to himself right now? Okay, you've been let back in it.
If I'm Dom Barrett, I think, you know what? I've made 2 good shots out of 3. I've made 1 really uncharacteristic mistake. If I strike here, I'm up a pin in the match. Make a good quality shot. There's the deep breaths I was talking about. There they are.
And I think more importantly, the scoring pace is so reduced compared to what we were at. If you're down 10 or 20 at halfway, it's totally make-upable.
Good point.
That's a great shot. That's a great answer. And all of a sudden, the Europeans take the lead through 4.
There are going to be quite a few more frames that won't be striking. Whereas earlier, if you got behind with 2 or 3 frames to go, you were concerned you wouldn't get another look in. But there's still a few more twists and turns to go in this game yet.
And that could favor the Europeans, Jesse, because we know that they used to like the slug out, the lower scoring pattern.
They do. I mean, they have they're a team of grit, aren't they? They seem to really like the dog fights.
That ring 7's been troublesome for Jacob and also for Jesper during the week, as they're the only two lefties in the field. But that's a great quality shot from Jacob.
Timmy, you were quite famous for calling people out before matches. Over the years, I saw some classic ones. It takes a certain personality type, because not everybody can do that, because it can also backfire.
Yeah, you've got to have a belief. You've got to always know that no matter what, where there's a will, there's a way. And you have to will it to be that way sometime. And as long as I'm not mathematically eliminated as a bowler or as a coach or as a mentor, I always believe. And that's what I've always instilled in everyone I've been around, or even myself on the lane. So if I'm the captain, like I am Dom Barrett or I am Chris Barnes, I'm telling myself, no matter what, as long as we have a chance, you got to keep pushing. You got to keep pushing.
Strikes have been a little bit far and few between in this match, but one right now from Dom would be 2 in a row and a 12-point advantage.
And he very similar shot to what Jacob left in the 4th frame on the right side, but he leaves the 3, 6, and the 10, which is a difficult spare.
And we saw him miss a makeable spare before. Has he got to really take his time right now?
Yeah, and this is what happens with a short bat and 38 foot. There's very little miss left of your target.
Missed it. Didn't like it. Off his hand.
Hit the front one twice now, Dom. Twice now, I missed the front one.
Welcome back to Las Vegas and Weber Cup 20, where the USA are just one win away from retaining the famous trophy. On the lane at the moment, in a must-win match for Europe, the American Jacob Butturff leads Dominic Barrett by 9 pins. Tim Mack picks up the action.
Good shot from Jacob.
You know, I mean, that's what you do. This is a head-to-head. This is psychological warfare. Your opponent makes a mistake, you take the knife, you twist it.
I mean, I'm just wondering that if you call a player out, does that put... Dom's under so much pressure already. He's captain. They're in sudden death now, essentially, in the match play. Do you think it was a good idea to call them out?
I mean, he's trying to go to all the bag of tricks to do whatever he can to have the advantage. He's just got to bowl better. He's got to make better shots. And the 2 frames that have been loose, you can't afford loose shots and loose frames at this time. It's a do-or-die situation.
Look, it's a one-hit match, and I mean, maybe I'll be proved to be wrong, but I don't believe that Butturff's going to strike out. So Dom will get a look at it.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, both these players right now just think, I got to handle my own business, you know.
Exactly right.
Take care of the pins.
He gets the 7 pin to go out that time.
This is starting to get real. Look at that. There's the Team USA is feeling it. This feels like it could happen now.
All the pressure back on the European captain's shoulders. Can he handle it? Jacob Butturff comes up with a great shot. The 6 pin goes off the wall, slaps the 7. Everybody from the USA bench up, high-fiving.
They couldn't be any more behind their man.
If you Simonson and Troop, are you begging for Jacob to get you over the line?
That's left. And he gets the job done. Dominic Barrett answers the call in a must-strike situation. If I'm Simonson or Troop, for me personally, I'm so invested in the team environment that I want my teammate to win. And if I get the opportunity to seal the deal, I'll worry about that then. But right now, I'm in the moment. I'm in the present. I'm doing whatever I can to help my teammate, Jacob Butturff, seal the deal and win the Weber Cup. That was a little right off his hand, a little soft.
Just one.
And he's upset that he can't just leave 1 pin.
I don't want to say, but I told you guys so.
I'm telling you
there's a lot of rope here with this one, for sure.
This pattern is obviously lower scoring. There's a lot less margin for error. What's on the line? That 18 number is still out there. Jacob comes up a little high up on the head pin, leaves the 4-6. He's gonna have to bounce it out. He almost bounces it out. We've seen that happen a couple times during this Weber Cup.
I want to make the most outrageous call, Timmy. I know we're in Vegas and the long shot can always happen, but I don't think Dom will be able to finish it out either. I think we could have a roll-off here.
This is a big shot. This is a huge shot. Dominic Barrett.
And he's made these shots his entire Weber Cup career.
He likes it.
He got the Hollywood roll.
Europe hanging on by a lifeline. Trips the 4. Dom Barrett takes the lead. 12-pin advantage.
Must feel like he had Casper the Ghost down there in the lanes pushing that one over.
I mean, this game has basically been a mirror image of the entire Weber Cup. It has ebbed and flowed. It's been just so unpredictable. You don't know what's going to happen next.
Jacob, can he recover from the last shot?
I mean, this is far from over. Far from over.
12-pin advantage. Jacob strikes here. He will give himself a chance in the 10th frame. If he doesn't, Dom would just need to be clean with good count and make a couple of spares. Taking a re-rack, taking some time.
What happened the last frame when he left that ugly spare?
I think he just got a little soft. He got a little soft with his speed, Jesse, and the ball just dove through the head pin just a little bit.
And a little right of target. That's what happens on short patterns. The miss is always high in the head pin. He doesn't like to see that look.
Another shot from Jacob.
Solid smash. Barnes has said, yeah, that's the way you do it. Put the pressure back on.
So, here's the scenario.
What you have to do.
9 spare.
Yeah, 9 spare strike, he'll still win it.
9
by 1.
spares, 206.
Yeah, and then strike he wins by 1.
Okay, strike, and you have a 12-pin advantage. You only need a spare in the 10th.
But Timmy, what you didn't say was, what about 8 spare strike for my roll-off?
If that happens, I'm following you for the next 2 weeks here in Las Vegas. Dominic Barrett, the door, takes a 12-pin advantage into the 10th frame. And the Europeans showing their heart, showing they're not going away. They're fighting tooth and nail to extend this Weber Cup. Great look at Dom Barrett.
I mean,
Great shot, great result.
And I think Butturff has rolled a pretty good game here. Dom has just really stepped it up.
Yeah. Just look at the score sheet. They've never seen this lane pattern. When these guys find it, they can make shots. It's incredible how good they are.
Can he strike? And that'll do it. The Weber Cup continues.
Oh my!
Wow.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that,
Stewie
guys?
Williams calling out next.
Just yelled out next. Who's next? Oh boy.
And to me, when you're the USA team, each time they win a match, it ramps that pressure right up.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. This is going to be a test of wills right now.
Who do we have next?
I believe it is Anthony Simonson versus Stewart Williams. Heavyweight versus young stud. Who's going to get the job done?
Oh, Butturff throwing his balls off.
Butturff's not happy about that. I'll tell you what, this one's getting tight. Lock the doors.
Timmy, this is the first time we've been within 3 points. The first time we've had back-to-back European wins today.
We had a different bet that time.
Is this the start of something?
Just I want to say something real class there. Dom Barrett tells Jacob, I love you, buddy. Just unlucky this time. That's class between the two players there. Great to see.
This one's going to the wire. Don't go anywhere. It's like a slow boat to China. Nobody leaves. Europe on the comeback trail. It's so tight.
Welcome back to the Weber Cup, where a captain's performance from Dominic Barrett has delayed any American celebrations and reduced the deficit to 3 points. He's now talking to Hannah Wilkes.
This could be your Weber Cup.
This could be. They certainly haven't won it yet.
I love that pause for a wry smile.
that.
Yeah, that's fine, that's fine. That was a huge win, a big win. Going into it, you'd been playing the mind games with Jacob Butturff, beaten him a few times before, and it worked, didn't it?
Well, no, that's not really what it's for. I love Jacob. I think he's got the greatest personality out of probably all the guys on tour. He's such a kind-hearted guy, and yeah, I'm sure I'll buy him a beer after, but he's, right now, yeah, I've beaten him, I've got a good record. I sort of threw that comment about being in my pocket, but you know, he's securely in there right now, and I'm not letting him out.
Wow, the European fans definitely liking that here at Mandalay Bay Resort Casino. Next up, Simonsen, Stu Williams. Every game at this point is must-win for Europe if you're going to keep this Weber Cup alive. Stu the man for the job?
He is. I think the one thing that we have as a European team is a lot of character and heart, and they're not at 18. They weren't a few years ago either. So you're going to see our best ability, all that we can possibly give them, and you know, it might be enough, it might not, but we're going to throw everything at them, that's for sure.
Another huge point for Europe has narrowed the scores to 17-14, but with the USA just one short of victory, every match is now a must-win for the visitors. Over to Stewart Williams as he takes on the formidable Anthony Simonson. Can Anthony Simonson seal the victory, or can Stewart Williams continue the fight back? Time to find out with your commentators for this decisive match, Guy Kaminsky, Tim Mack and Jesse May.
The stakes just keep going up. Team USA has glimpsed the promised land, but the European defense has been stout. They've had 2 must-wins in a row, and it doesn't get any easier, guys. I mean, we talked about the mind games that Dom Barrett was playing before. It's a totally new league with Stu Williams. He's the master.
Listen, you've got Europeans' best coming up right now, and they need him to perform his best game of the Weber Cup to extend this spot. And I got to think there's going to be some banter going back and forth between these two players this match.
Stu said to me on stage, he's been waiting for it to get ugly.
He's going to make them ugly then. Here we go. Good opening shot from Stu. Comes in a little bit behind the head pin. I do know from the few practice shots that he had, Jesse, he really liked his ball reaction. So he feels very comfortable out there. It looked like he was very comfortable with what he had.
And a very different ball than the one he used earlier today, which was different pattern.
That's right. Yeah, he's using a ball that he used earlier in the tournament that he had a lot of success with. That green ball that we've seen so many of the teams use, so many guys use from both teams, the green IQ. And now he's going to grab his spare ball here, go cross lane at it, hard and straight. Shouldn't be a problem.
Timmy, I know you're a massive fan of the movie Rocky. I can't help but feel we're in the 12th round and all of a sudden Europe are hitting back.
Listen, I don't know if it's the 12th round yet, but it certainly seems like it's the 9th or 10th where Rocky's been knocked down 7 or 8 times and he keeps getting off the deck.
And yet, you know, USA's not throwing a weak link in here. I mean,
no.
Everyone they thought, Simonson is a strong body. This guy is an animal.
Both using the same ball.
Yeah, they're both using the same ball. So, guys, this is going to just come down to who makes the better shots and maybe who wants it more.
I mean, you go back to the first 2 sessions in the Weber Cup. Simonson right there, he was the best player on both teams.
No doubt about it. And Simonson has been great this event throughout every single pattern, every single match. And he's actually been the cooler for Jesper Svensson. If he's able to take out Europeans' #1 player here to seal the cup, that's MVP status, possibly, guys.
That was left.
Stu Williams will not be the, I think would rather pull his eyeballs out of his head than let USA win the cup against him.
It's sure, you know, that's what you want most in a team event. You want guys who, they want to be there. They say, put me in, coach. You got that in both Stu and Anthony Simonson.
Absolutely. He is a slugger, and he will not go down without swinging.
I mean, this is going to be a war of attrition and a battle of heavyweights. Simonson, can he answer the call? Wow. Great shot, Anthony Simonson. Takes the early 11-pin advantage. But you can feel the tension in the arena, guys. You can feel that Europe has closed the gap. It's the first time since 9-6, I believe, in points that it's been within 3.
Amazing. But as guys said, I mean, you know, Simonson perfect so far, but it's going to get messy. We've seen from this pattern that there is not going to be an easy victory.
The only other thing I can say on that is when you're playing unbelievably, you can make hard patterns look easy.
And both of these players are playing incredible high level of bowling. Wow. Who's going to blink first? Stu blinked in the first frame.
Yeah, mate. Well done.
But he's come back with a great double and answered Simonson's double.
He's got such a touch. I mean, he looks like he lumbers, but he doesn't. He moves like a ballerina on the lane.
He's got great feet. Stu's real light in his feet, and he's got great legs. And when he's using his legs, Jesse, the ball does the damage. Same as Simonson. He's got to use that lower half that we've talked about. The lower body, engage the legs, get the ball to the break point, and trust.
And most importantly, stay in the moment.
That looks pretty good right there from Simonson. Doesn't look like anything. That's 10 back, 10 back, 10 back.
And Timmy, he missed a little right there, and that thing hooked up and hit half flush pocket. You give Simonson some room.
Look out. I mean, that's right, and it comes roaring off the spot.
I'll tell you what,
Barnes first off the bench.
We've talked about the Iceman. Simonson is sub-zero. I mean, he is a tough cookie.
We knew this was going to be a slugfest. We knew that.
I think Stu's going to need them all.
That's a good one. And Stu gets it again.
Slap that 10!
He lets him know about it. There it is.
Right out of there.
That was a dig it down deep. And he really did have to dig deep for that one because he needs to keep the pace.
Well, you have to rattle Simonson. You've got to try something because if you just let him stay in his own bubble, he's going to keep striking. So Stu is going to the well right here. He wants everything he's got. He's leaving on the lane right now. This is bowling of the highest quality.
What a battle of wills, a test of wills. Who's going to blink first? Simonson? Can he deliver another?
I need to take deep breaths. I can't imagine how they're feeling on the lanes.
Oh, my!
Slap it out.
How do you like it?
He gives it right back to him. He gives it right back to him, Jesse. He says, I can slap it out too. I slapped the 10 out too.
How do you like it?
Job done.
I know there's been lots of Weber Cups in Europe, but this venue feels so special. It's made for it. And if you do like transatlantic competitions, we'll be back at the Mandalay Bay for the pool version of the Weber Cup. The Moscone Cup will be here in November. To keep it pace.
To Simonson. We knew this was going to happen.
Come on.
You know, and Anthony's been perfect, but he can't
Get
shake
those
this
hits
guy
up all
loose.
week. Let's go.
He's yelling at him. He's telling Simonson, you've been getting those hits all week. It's my turn. Let's go. Stu hits him thin, and they spin.
Jesse, you asked the question earlier in the week. What happens when an immovable... An immovable object
Meets an unstoppable force. We're about to see, right?
We're about to find out right here.
And you know what? That's what this Weber Cup deserves. Perfection. This is the fairy tale right now. Can Simonson keep this up? I mean, he's beaten Stu Williams, who is nearly perfect right now.
This is incredible drama, bowling at the highest level for the biggest team event at stake. You're bowling for your country.
Welcome back to the fourth and final day of this year's Weber Cup, where the USA need just 1 point for outright victory. Will it come in this match between Simonson and Williams? With the pressure building, let's return to Jesse May.
I think Chris Barnes is the most nervous guy in the building. He looks like he's gonna...
But Stu has achieved one thing. He's got Simonson playing at his game with the antics and the talking. It hasn't worked yet, but he's getting him where he wants him.
He better get this one. He rolled it good. He rolled it good. He rolled it good. Stewie stepping up to the plate when his team needs him the most.
How do you play that good with all this pressure? He's been doing it all his career, and that's why he's the champ.
Guy, you said it right. Beef Stew lives for this moment, these moments right here, and he knows it.
But Timmy, you called it. This is now a battle of will. This has become bigger than a bowling game. This is a battle of wills.
It's a test of wills. Who wants it more?
Timmy, you know much more about Anthony than I do, but he's a real street fighter. He also came through tough.
He is battle tested in so many ways, on life, on and off the lanes. Can he continue? Not going anywhere. Not going anywhere.
I mean, you have to tip your hat to both these players. They are really doing credit to this trophy, to this competition.
This is what it's all about, Jesse. This is what it's all about. Yes, you see Anthony Simonson, both players playing similar lines, using the exact same ball that's been so successful for both teams. And man, oh man, I'm telling you what, you can't ask for anything better in a closeout match for the performance of these two players.
And I mean, come on, Tim, this is no easy pattern. They're making it look like a recreational Saturday night.
It's amazing what they've done. They broke the pattern down the right way, and now bowlers are taking advantage of what's out there. The pressure is incredible. I can't breathe. And Stu blinks first. He misses a little right, a little wide right, leaves the 2-pin. It certainly puts Simonson in the driver's seat since the first frame, since Stu's missed twice. As you see, it gets a little wide right there down lane. It's just not enough to get back up the hill. But I tell you what, guys, he's very fortunate to get 9.
Yeah, but he's now 2 hits behind, and Simonson's got 4 frames to go.
That's right.
I just can't see him missing twice 50% of the last 4 frames.
Listen, the single pins have been so prominent throughout this Weber Cup, and with what's on the line, and the fact that the cup is on the line, you get a little bit quick, you get a little bit behind one, you catch one a little bit too much, you over-rotate one too much, you leave the single pin. But Simonson's dialed in, guy, no question about it.
I mean, whatever happens here, just what a fight that they've put up, the Europeans.
It's amazing. The medal that they've shown, the heart and grit that they've shown of a champion has been impressive.
I mean, if you want a hero, Simonson's only stepped up and taken 6 strikes in a row right now. Could he actually do another one?
That was left. Oh, he got lucky, and he knows it. Come on! He knows it. That was left off his hand. And it carried the high 4-pin. Goes straight back. Dead high flush. Might be time for a move.
Was that a hometown roll?
We were talking about a storybook finish. I've got a better one for you. We could finish off here with a perfection.
I mean, that's what it might take, because Stu Williams is on 287 right now, possible. Or sorry, 278. I mean,
as a fan, I just want to see Stu keep striking. I want to see these guys go head to head. That's good. Stewie lets Simonson know you still have to keep striking, my man.
All right, that's nice.
What an effort by Stewart Williams. Simonson perfect through 7. Doesn't have this game wrapped up yet.
I'm not ready for the Weber Cup to end.
Me neither. This has been an unbelievable final day.
And just the quality of Simonson's performance right now to step up here and just say, you have to be, the bowling gods couldn't beat him right now.
I just think the level of bowling today has been out of this world. I mean, this is what the Weber Cup's all about. Can he find another for the front 8? He likes it. He's got it.
You're kidding me. You're kidding me. Are you watching this?
Are we watching history at the Weber Cup? Stewie stays in the bench. Taking a little bit more time. Great delivery from Simonson. Look at the lower body. Perfect shot, perfect result. Perfect execution. He knows he's got to make one more shot, and the Weber Cup is his. Anything but a strike. And Europe's fate will almost be sealed. Stewart taking some time, takes a re-rack. Is this gamesmanship, Guy? What do you think?
Stewie has thrown absolutely everything bar the kitchen sink.
I think USA's not going to say one word to Simonson. It's like a baseball when the pitcher's throwing a perfect game. Yep. You just leave them alone, don't you?
When players are in the zone like this, Jesse, Simonson is so dialed in. You could put a 747 outside right now, and it's not going to affect him. He's that dialed in.
And Stu Williams has just got to keep up with this perfection pace.
Much strike. And he finds another one. Unbelievable. Are you kidding me? Stewart Williams. You've done.
Simonson's thrown 8 strikes. He's only got an 8-point lead. What's this about?
See if he'll make it in.
Oh, sorry. Well, more than that. He's got a 22-pin lead.
I mean, the only thing is, even if Simonson strikes here, Stewie's still forcing him to
force him to mark on the 10. That strike there keeps Simonson honest for the next 2 frames. Simonson's got to get this one, and he can't release the emotion because the 10th frame is still vitally important for both players.
One shot at a time. Don't think about the moment.
Does he have it? That's wide right. Oh, no. The count.
And the count.
All right, Stewie, this is it, mate.
7. All of a sudden.
You got this.
Here's the scenario, guys. Simonson's got to make the spare. And if Stewart strikes in the 10th frame, he forces Simonson to strike to beat him.
So this looks very eerily like 2 of the spares that Tom Barrett missed. Where
Yes.
He's got to hit that head pin, doesn't he?
He has to make the spare. And then,
Just when you thought
oh
the
my
script
God.
had been written,
are you kidding me? The
we
pressure.
get another
the
twist and turn.
the pressure
I
of the
can't
Weber
take
Cup.
it to me.
The pressure of the Weber Cup. Oh no, he said oh no. Oh, and he got lucky. He got lucky. Okay, here's your scenario.
I'd like to take that one
Stewart
back.
Williams steps up and attempt to strike. Should he strike, Simonson must strike to beat him. They must match 10 frames. Anything but a strike from Simonson?
Yeah, Simonson has to, that's exactly right to me. He has to match whatever Williams does, Simonson has to match to win the point and the Weber Cup for USA.
And I can tell you right now, Jesse,
He's going to get the business.
he is going to get the straight business. If Stewart Williams steps up and throws his strike, you will see a release of emotion that we have not seen at the Weber Cup yet this year. I'm calling it right now.
I mean, it almost doesn't seem fair, but
I mean,
I don't want anybody to lose this game.
As a neutral, I'm begging for the sport to strike.
Yes, I want to see them both. I want to see both players get the job done. This is what it's all about. Oh, he gets it done!
Here we go.
oh, he knows it.
that's
That's
enough.
what it is, team. That's what it's about.
Go get him! That's
stage
what
is
it's all
all
about,
yours.
Stewart Williams.
Take it to the limit.
If you want it, come
Make
and
his
get it.
dream, Simo.
That is an incredible performance by Stewart Williams. Down on one knee, knowing he needs it, knowing his team needs it, gets the job done. The team off the bench. Go get it, he says.
Strike for the Weber Cup. Anything but a strike, we go on. That's unbelievable.
I'm standing up, guys. I can't. I have to watch this.
You talk about the weight of the world on your shoulders. You don't get a bigger moment than this. For the win. That's history. That's history.
What a finish to Weber Cup 20. USA, your champions of the Weber Cup. Incredible bowling like I've never seen.
And don't they deserve it? What a competition this has been. You've got your hero. You've got 4 of them right there in Team USA. This team is one for the ages. He only stood up and snuck a 287 down. They love him. They absolutely love him.
He wasn't getting me like that. A little better mentally than he.
Team Europe, they put up a nice fight in this last session today. But these 4, led by Captain Chris Barnes, have taken the Weber Cup on home soil for the first time ever in its history.
A fantastic display from Anthony Simonson, sealing the victory. Let's now head down to Hannah Wilkes and the president of Storm Bowling, David Symes, for the presentation ceremony.
What great performances from all 8 bowlers, but there can only be one MVP. And unsurprisingly, it's the guy from the winning team, Anthony Simonson. He's just been unstoppable on this lane. David, if you'd like to do the honours as well and present the Weber Cup to the 2019 winners, Team USA. Lift that trophy high, guys. Oh no. Gently does it, gently does it. Chris Barnes, you've got your hands back on that trophy once again, on your home soil to boot as well, in front of a home crowd. Sum it up for me.
Our house, that's right. The crowd was great this week. We didn't know what to expect the first time here. I'm not sure they knew what to expect either. I think the crowd had a lot to do with some of the momentum we carried in the first couple of days, and we couldn't have done it without them.
These 3 to your left-hand side have been absolutely brilliant. It's easy to forget just how young some of these guys are.
Yeah, it was pointed out to me more than once that you could add up a couple of their ages and not get to mine, I believe. So I've become a good jockey in my old age here. So no, they're both fantastic. These guys strike as much as anybody on the planet. And you know, once again, Anthony Simonson showing what it's all about when it matters the most.
Well, MVP, Anthony Simonson, a great week for you. Just sum up how you were feeling bowling that last game, because I think everyone in the crowd was feeling nervous. We were all biting our nails just watching it.
I'm not honestly sure if I've had a more exciting match that I've been a part of. You know, I knew going against Stu, there's going to be some, you know, he's going to be talking a little bit, trying to get the crowd going. And I felt like that game, if they didn't win with Stu bowling that game, he's going to get the crowd hyped up, and who knows which way it would have turned. So it's, you know, very, very happy to turn out the way it did.
Jacob, your first Weber Cup experience, and you've got a winner's medal around your neck. Not bad.
Definitely can't be mad. You know, these guys, they hang their heads up high because in this team itself, I'm very happy to be a part of it, and moments like this I'm speechless. So
it's now 10-10 overall in Weber Cup history. Next year, you want to get ahead?
Well, of course, back where we belong. They've had a couple of years off now. They had a nice run for a while. We've managed to stop that, but we had a chance to where they could have quit, they could have given up, and they certainly didn't do that. And I'm sure they'll come back next year even more fired up than this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up one more time for your team winning this year's Weber Cup, Team USA.
It's all to play for in 2020 as the biggest competition in team temping heads back to the UK.